Okay. Sorry for the delay. Hare Krishna, welcome to our online reading session of the book The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So before starting to read the book, so we will chant the invocation prayers. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yen Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Namane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Guruvani Pacharane Vishesha Shulimati Pashtatya Disha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Pachalam Palam Giri Gatapam Deshi Karan Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Yasya Devi Paravat Yatha Devi Siti Kaptahe Prakashan Te Mahatma Gurue Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namaha Yonta Pravisha Mamachu Mam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kadashakti Dharasradhana Anyam Cha Hasta Charana Shravanat Pagadi Prana Bhakti निज गुरु हरिवाण्य कृष्ण चित्तो विचितो परिवृत्तिगेह संसार उपचर सुखातो मंचेत संसविश्वो भुवि जयति विकासो भक्ति पूर्वै केन्द्रा हरे कृष्ण. So we are in the chapter entitled Promoting Spiritual and Material Well-being. In that we have the section The Practical Effect. In the book it is page number 444. Okay. Kanchan Parihar. Hare Krishna, there is a new devotee, somebody Kanchan Parihar. Kanchan ji?
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Mataji, Hare Krishna. You are from which part of India?
Pune.
Pune. Okay. How did you come to know about this reading, Mataji?
Jagannath Chandra Prabhuji.
Okay, very good. धन्यवाद आपका. आपके पास पुस्तक है? You have the book?
बुक है मेरे पास, पर शायद मैं रोज ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाऊँ, पर आज
No problem. Thank you, Mataji, for coming.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we will start reading. The practical effect. If one becomes Krishna conscious, social problems will be solved automatically. Reference 1931, conversation regarding philosophy of B.F. Skinner. Our philosophy is practical. Actually, philosophy means practical application. If it is mere theory, then it has no value. But our Krishna philosophy is working now in modern society to solve all kinds of problems all over the world. Never mind white man, black man, Christian or Hindu, Russian or American. 1932 reference, letter 12 December 1971. Wanting to underline that such claims regarding the reformative value of Krishna consciousness were neither utopian nor hype, Srila Prabhupada pointed out that already its beneficial effects were tangible. If one can chant the holy name of God, that will purify the whole situation, as it is being proved by the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. In Europe and America, I am doing this regularly by sending our men by buses and cars, and it is appreciated all over the world. 1933, reference letter 19 April 1975. Although social service is not the aim of Krishna consciousness, it is automatically affected by practice of Krishna consciousness, as was seen and appreciated even by the American government. If you try to serve the root, water the root, automatically everything will be served. Just like this Krishna consciousness movement, its only aim is to serve Krishna. But automatically we are giving social service. Because as soon as one becomes Krishna conscious, he gives up all kinds of intoxication, all kinds of illicit sex, all kinds of meat eating, all kinds of gambling. Is it not social service? The best social service. In America, the government is appreciating because the people are addicted to LSD and they are seeing practically that as soon as the boy comes to Krishna consciousness, he gives up all this nonsense. They are spending millions of dollars. They cannot stop. But we can stop simply by word. Give this up, and he immediately gives up. 1934. Reference lecture 27 March 1974. Actually, this whole quote can be given to the Gen Zs of the present so-called youth. Gen Z, Gen Z youth. One of three is being aborted. Do you know this or not? I don't know people know this or not. One among the three Gen Z children are aborted. So whole over the world, this is the situation. Okay. People all over the world are seeing and appreciating the efficacy of Krishna consciousness. Our movement is now growing like anything all over the world, and practically it is being recognized as the best solution for the great world crisis. Superb. 1935, reference letter 8 December 1971. Okay. It may take some time. Despite the spread of Krishna consciousness, social problems persist. Yes, this is important. People think. Oh, Krishna. To radically improve the world might take time. It may take some time, but one day all this rubbish culture of slaughterhouses and brothels and this rubbish philosophy that God is dead and life comes from matter can be replaced. Reference 1936, quoted by Rameshwar Das in the Master quote, the master at whose feet other masters bow, unquote. Back to Godhead, article number 13.8, 1978. Our Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that we not only solve the problem of white and black tension, but all kinds of other tensions as well. Remember this, Black Lives Matter. Social, political, religious, racial, and other departmental activities of human society. The fact is there, but we require the time and energy to put into effect. 1937, reference letter 21st April 1971. The whole world's problems can be solved by this movement. That is a fact. But people are so involved in Maya's activities that it takes some time to come to the right conclusion. 1938, letter 18 February 1970. The value of Krishna consciousness will be appreciated, but gradually. 1939. Reference C, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 13, Text 60, purport. Patience and perseverance are required. We are giving the best civilization, this Krishna consciousness. If you work on it with a little patience and perseverance, people will take it. Because there is nothing adulterated. It is pure. Rest assured, if you follow the principles and push on according to the prescription I have given, it will be accepted. It may take some time. 1940, reference. Conversation to 2nd July 1976. Gradually, the whole world will be sympathetic. Everyone will recognize that they are doing real service. 1941. Conversation 27 October 1977. 1942 reference. See also strategies to take over the strategies to take over the world immediately. Oh, where is it? Volume 2, page number 574. Change will come, but maybe only after generations. You are planting seeds of Krishna consciousness all over Africa. However, you will not see them fructify in your lifetime. 1943 reference, anecdote by Bhagavad Das in Vedavis. Okay, I would request some of the devotees to read. Okay, Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, please read. There are many devotees to read today, so I would request one devotee to read on topic. Hare Krishna. I think he is not there. Okay. Okay, Chandra. Rupanand Prabhu, kindly continue, please. You are wasting any more time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Prabhu, please read.
If
One
the
second.
solutions,
1 second. There is one devotee, 10. Hare Krishna. He left. He left. Ashtotra Sata left. No problem. Rupanand Prabhu, continue.
thank you. If the solutions don't seem to work, if the social transformation promised by Krishna consciousness does not seem to be happening, one
Seems.
reason could
Prabhu, actually it is seem, it's not seems. You are read 2 times seems.
okay.
If the solutions don't seem to work and does not seem to be happening, it's not seems.
If the solutions don't seem to work, if the social transformation promised by Krishna consciousness does not seem to be happening, one reason could be lack of resolve among devotees. When a journalist put to Srila Prabhupada, can you really expect to change the whole society? Many people have tried to change the world, but we see that they have failed. Srila Prabhupada replied, that is because their purpose is not strong. Reference 1944, conversation dated 2nd September 1972. The devotee's duty is to try to convince others that Krishna consciousness can solve all problems. We are not social workers or political workers. We are Krishna workers. So we give advice to them that you become Krishna conscious and all problems will be solved. That is our duty. And to advise him, to convince him, to give him all facilities. Reference 1945, conversation dated 10th January 1974.
In one sense, why Islam is spreading? Because because their purpose is very strong. Whatever it is, whatever the details are, they know that we have to spread. That's all. Whatever it is, their purpose is very strong in one sense. We don't want to take over the world. That is the problem. We don't want to take over the industry. We don't want to take over the government. Krishna consciousness people, we don't want to take over the government. So that's why we are in delay padge. Hare Krishna.
Krishna consciousness can purify the world, but the people of the world must be ready to be purified. This Krishna consciousness movement is meant for purifying the human society. Unless the human society is purified, there will be so many problems and disturbances in the human society. Reference 1946, lecture dated 6th April 1972. Along with chanting, people must refrain from sin. People all over the world should refrain from the 4 principles of sinful life: illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. And in a pure state of existence, should perform the simple yajna of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then the earth will certainly produce all the necessities for life and people will be happy economically, politically, socially, religiously, and culturally. Everything will be in proper order. Reference 1947, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 20, text 24 to 26, purport. Solutions will not work for people of demonic mentality who do not accept them. If we take the perfection made by God, that this planet belongs to us, we human beings, and it is God's property, so let us live peacefully. The whole solution of the problems is Krishna consciousness. If people will understand that we are all sons of Krishnas, this land belongs to Krishna, so let us enjoy our father's property without fighting. That they will not do. Reference 1948. Conversation regarding philosophy of William James. Krishna has given instruction in all fields of activities. We simply have to take it practically, but the people are so foolish. Instead of taking the standard way of living, they are manufacturing on account of their demonic tendency. Reference 1941, conversation regarding philosophy of Thomas Hobbes.
1949 reference.
194. There can be no improvement if people remain demonic and envious. This material world can be improved only by increasing the percentage of God conscious men. Reference 1950, conversation regarding philosophy of John Stuart Mill. Therefore, in order to benefit the world, the demonic mentality must be rectified. 1951. See also the paragraph beginning, however, there are some conditions. Offering saintly association. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned Sadhu Sangha, association with devotees, as the first among the 5 best processes of performing devotional service. Reference 1952. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 22, text 128 to 29. Accordingly, a central objective for Srila Prabhupada's establishing ISKCON was to offer saintly association. Transcendental devotional service cannot be complete and cannot be relishable without the association of devotees. We have therefore established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Reference 1953. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9, Text 11, purport. Association is so important. So if we become serious for developing divine consciousness, then this is the only association we have established, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Reference 1954, lecture dated 20th Feb 1969. This Krishna Consciousness Society is made just to create some devotees so that people, by the association of the devotees and following the footprints of the Goswamis, they will be automatically elevated to the transcendental platform. This is the meaning of Krishna Consciousness Society. Reference 1955, lecture dated 13th November 1972. The standard of association that Srila Prabhupada exhorted his disciples to establish. You have to make this association of Krishna consciousness so perfect that anyone who comes in contact with that association becomes purified automatically. Reference 1956. Conversation dated 25th March 1968 and reference 1957. See also personal behaviors of devotees, pages.
Volume 2, page 273.
Okay, Guruji. While lecturing on Bhagavatam 3.25.20, every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But the same attachment, when applied to the self realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. Srila Prabhupada said, this is the definition of our Krishna consciousness movement. Reference 1958, lecture dated 20th November 1974.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
We have some new devotees coming to our online reading session. We welcome this Sai Yashwant. Yashwant and Manisha ji, Atul Singh.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Prabhu Pranam. Prabhuji, I am Atendriya Das. I started earlier joining, but somehow I could not join in the middle.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Because it is Atul Singh given, so I didn't know. Your name was there previously.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Dhanwad.
Yashwant ji, you're from where?
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Pranam. I'm from Hyderabad, Prabhuji.
Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you come to know about our reading?
Prabhu, it's through one group, Prabhuji. I got it from another group where they shared this link, so I joined, Prabhuji.
Okay. Where? Which group link?
It's I don't remember, Prabhuji. Today morning only I joined. One devotee shared me. I don't know exactly what group it is, but yeah, one devotee shared me, Prabhuji.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much for coming. So,
Thank you,
okay.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Do you have the book? Do you have the book with you?
With myself, oh, no, Prabhu, I don't have, Prabhuji.
So
I have to order, Prabhuji.
why don't you order it? So I will put the link so you can order it. Okay?
Sure, Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Where do you live in Hyderabad?
Alwal, Prabhuji, near to Secunderabad. 12-15 kilometers away from Secunderabad, Prabhuji.
Okay, you go to Attapur or Wills?
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm connected with the ISKCON Secunderabad temple, and also since few days I was also a few weeks I was joining this program near Venugopal Prabhu's center, Prabhu, Bhakti Kuti.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So, yeah, in Vyas Puja, actually, one devotee said about this Prabhuji. Last week on last Saturday, we had Vyas Puja of Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So that devotee said about this reading group, Prabhuji. So that I
Okay,
joined.
Can you read? Can you read from the screen? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. But I'm traveling, Prabhuji. Now I'm in bus.
Okay,
So,
then fine. Okay, we'll
yeah,
do it later.
yeah, sure, Prabhu. Next time I'll try to read, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna. Apendriya Prabhu, please continue.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Maybe you will hear some noises. I will try to read.
No, we are not hearing any noise. You can continue, please. When noise are there, I'll let you know. Please continue.
Okay. Thank you. So, to enhance spiritual endeavor with sastrically based insights on how people can be influenced by the company they keep, Srila Prabhupada understood the importance of developing a society of devotees, and thus he established ISKCON. If you associate with good association, then you become good, and if you associate with bad association, then you become bad. Therefore, we are establishing a Krishna Conscious Society, reference 1959, lecture 2nd September 1975. Drawing a comparison with mundane institutions, Srila Prabhupada invited everyone to participate in ISKCON. Association is the most important factor. Sangat sanjayate kama. For instance, there are many business associations, and by becoming a member of certain associations, one's business flourishes. In any endeavor, association is very important. For the development of divine consciousness, we have established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, in which the methods of attaining divine consciousness are taught. In this society, we invite everyone to come and chant Hare Krishna. This process is not difficult, and even children can participate. No previous qualifications are necessary. One doesn't need a master's degree or doctorate. Our invitation to everyone is to join this association and become Krishna conscious. Reference 1960. The Path of Perfection, Chapter 8. Association with those engaged in a similar line of business is very conducive to advancement in that business. Consequently, materialistic persons from various associations and clubs to enhance their endeavors. Yes. For example, in the business world, we find such institutions as the Stock Exchange and Chamber of Commerce. Similarly, we have established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to give people an opportunity to associate with those who have not forgotten Krishna. Reference 1961. The Nectar of Instruction takes two purport. ISKCON was created to address the lack of spiritual guidance in human society and the
Prevalence. Prevalence.
prevalence of organizations.
Prevalence.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
prevalence.
Yes, prevalence of organizations promoting everything but Krishna consciousness. A pure devotee who is preparing to transfer himself to the spiritual kingdom is also freed from the association of the three modes of material nature. We have to seek the association of such devotees. For this reason, we have begun the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There are many mercantile, scientific, and other associations in human society to develop a particular type of education or consciousness. But there is no association which helps one to get free from all material association. If anyone has reached the stage where he must become free from this material contamination, then he has to seek the association of devotees wherein Krishna consciousness is exclusively cultured. One can thereby become freed from all material association. Reference 1962 from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th chapter, text 24, purport. And therefore, we associate with one another so that we can assist each other in hearing and chanting about Krishna. That is the purpose of our society. Reference 1963. From letter 22nd November 1974. Taking this good association saves one from the prevalent bad association. At the present moment, it is very difficult to avoid the company of asadhus, those who are not sadhus. It is very difficult to find a sadhu for association. We have therefore started this Krishna consciousness movement to create an association of sadhus so that people may take advantage and become liberated. There is no other purpose for this society. Reference 1964 from Teachings of Lord Kapila, text 21, purport.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay.
Actually, there are so many devotees, so that's why we are making
Yes, Vajit. Thank you for giving me opportunity.
to participate, at least to read it.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Dhanyavad.
Sorry, there are other devotees as well. We have Manisha Mataji and Swati Mataji also.
Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Manisha Mataji, you are from which part of India, Mataji?
Prabhuji, I am from the Dehradun.
Dehradun. Okay. How did you come to know about the link?
Prabhuji, I'm connected with ISKCON Bhopal and her Grace Swati Devi Dasi Mata. She is my mentor, so she has told me about this.
Okay. This link is shared in Bhopal. Somewhere somebody is sharing there.
Yes, Prabhuji, Mataji, she sang, so I. We
Thank
get to know about the, I think, group or somewhere, I don't know. But she sent me, so I
Okay.
connected.
Thank you.
So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shyam Prabhu, you can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So I'm sharing the link. If is here in the chat box or chat board or whatever the meeting chat to order. So Yashwanti, you can check this link out. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu, Shyam Prabhu, continue, please.
Okay. For understanding God, ISKCON is a society of devotees, association with whom is required for God realization. Only in the association of devotees can one understand the importance of the character and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotees. One should especially seek the society of Brahmanas who are elevated to the position of Vaishnavas. Thus, discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes the character and pastimes of devotees and the Lord, is very quickly effective. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been organized for this purpose. Reference 1965. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 48, Purport. One has to make association with devotees. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. One can understand about God only in the association of devotees. Therefore, we are advocating this Krishna Consciousness Movement Society. Reference 1966, Lecture 10 Jan 1969. This association is so powerful that automatically one becomes Krishna conscious just by living within this society. Whoever lives in this society automatically develops Krishna consciousness. Reference 1967, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 37, Purport. Tandera Charana Sevi. The desire should be how to serve the Goswamis, how to serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how to serve Krishna. That should be the desire, and this desire can be fulfilled when we are living with devotees. Therefore, we have got this Krishna Consciousness Society. Anyone who will live in this society, naturally he will develop Krishna consciousness very quickly, very easily. Reference 1968, letter, lecture 8 Jan 1973. And thus, quote, the number of pure devotees increases, unquote. Our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. We want to create pure devotees so that other people will benefit by their association. In this way, the number of pure devotees increases. Reference 1969, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 24, Text 98, Purport. All can benefit.
Okay.
With,
Okay.
shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yes. Small.
All can benefit. With full faith that even a little devotional association can be immensely beneficial. Reference 1970. See Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 22, Text 54. Srila Prabhupada wanted to extend this opportunity to everyone, even to unwilling or inimical persons. Even by a little association with devotees, the conditioned soul can get out of this miserable material condition. This Krishna consciousness movement is therefore trying to give everyone a chance to associate with saintly people. Reference 1971, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, Text 38, Purport. The Krishna consciousness movement is meant to attract all types of men, even those who desire things other than the Lord's devotional service. Through the association of devotees, they gradually begin to render devotional service. Reference 1972, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 24, Text 124, Purport. This Krishna consciousness movement is needed to give these rascals the chance of associating with devotees. Reference 1973, Lecture 9 September 1973. In conclusion, quote, some way or other, if you are in touch with this Hare Krishna movement, then your life is successful. Unquote. Reference 1974, Lecture 17 September 1975. Reference 1975. See also Offering Saintly Association.
Volume 2, page 366. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, are you there? Hare Krishna? Jagannath Chandra Prabhu? Okay, he's not there. Training. Stating that, quote, this Krishna consciousness movement means properly trained, unquote. Reference 1976, lecture 17 March 1973. Srila Prabhupada saw his whole movement as, quote, a training institution to become devotees, unquote. 1977, reference conversation 1st August 1975. He mused that, quote, it is perhaps in our movement only that each and every individual is being trained, unquote. Reference 1978, conversation 7 August 1975. We are attempting to qualify the man in transcendental qualities. This is the only institution. Otherwise, where is it? I don't think there is any institution there throughout the whole world to train the students in transcendental qualities. Reference 1979, lecture 26 June 1976. When asked if there is hope for our world today, Srila Prabhupada replied, oh yes, otherwise why we are trying unless there is hope? We are hopeless. If we can train a monkey to dance according to your will, why not a human? Wow. You can train even a tiger in circus. He will act as you desire. It is a question of training. If an animal can be trained, why not human? So you must know how to train. That knowledge is lacking. How to train, that we are giving this Krishna consciousness movement. Reference 1980, conversation 5th July 1975. The central point of training is how to always think of Krishna. Quote, the Krishna consciousness movement is training people how to be absorbed in the thought of Krishna 24 hours. Reference 1981, letter 17th October 1968. Preaching in the West means that, quote, we may always expect that we get untamed boys and girls and we have to train them up. 1982, letter 13th June 1968. The aim, quote, our movement is meant for training spiritual leaders, unquote. 1983. Reference teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 5. However, quote, Prabhupada said that to train a man to the point of trusting him would take many years and thorough understanding of our philosophy, unquote. 1984, Tamal Krishna Goswami, TKG's diary, 15 June 1977. Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, are you there now? I don't know, he's not hearing. Okay. I request Rupananda Prabhu to read again.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm in an office meeting also side by side going, so I don't want to.
Okay, then no problem. You can go on with your meeting and hear this one as well. Well managed here. Rupananda Prabhu, yes.
Hare
Continue.
Krishna Prabhuji. Practical training based on proper knowledge. Srila Prabhupada stated that the Krishna consciousness movement is spreading to enlighten people about their real position, their original relationship with Krishna. Reference 1985. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 19, text 114, purport. That original relationship is encapsulated in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's essential teaching, Jivere Swarupe Hai Krishnera Nitya Das. Each and every individual soul is eternally a servitor of Krishna. Reference 1986. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 20, text 108, purport. In more detail, Veda Shastra kahe sambandh abhideya prayojana Krishna prapya sambandh bhakti prapyer sadhana. The Vedic literature gave information about the living entity's eternal relationship with Krishna, which is called sambandh. The living entity's understanding of this relationship and his acting accordingly is called abhideya. Returning home back to Godhead is the ultimate goal of life and is called prayojana. Reference 1987. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 20, text 124, text. Because the ultimate goal of this movement is to educate people in how to love God. Reference 1988. The Science of Self-Realizations, chapter 3. It imparts not only Sambandha Gyan, the liberating knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme, but also Abhideya, applied training in the techniques of spiritual life by which one may advance towards Prayojana, the ultimate goal of pure love of Krishna. One must first ascertain the object of life and then understand how to attain it. The Krishna consciousness movement is pointing out to everyone that the object of life is to understand Krishna, and to attain that goal of life, one must practice Krishna consciousness, following the method prescribed by the Goswamis with reference to the authoritative Shastras and Vedas. Reference 1989. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 16, text 10, purport. Such understanding and its practical application will make people happy. The aim of this society is to enlighten people about the science of Krishna or science of God, so that they can understand it rightly, apply it in life, and become happy. Reference 19 990, lecture dated 2nd January 1967. How this knowledge is to be applied in life requires training, and this training is meant for the entire humankind. The entire world is under the illusion that that people will be happy by advancing in materialistic measures to counteract the miseries of conditional life, but this attempt will never be successful. Humanity must be trained to engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. That is the purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement. Reference 1991, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 17, purport. And therefore, that is our real work, to educate people in spiritual life by giving them the practical example. Reference 1992, letter dated 2nd May 1972.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay.
Atindriya Prabhu, please.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. My network is also going unstable, but I will try to read it. Getting trained and training others. Understanding that his young disciples could not be expected to competently oversee the worldwide organization that ISKCON was quickly becoming. Srila Prabhupada invested much time and energy in imparting his own administrative knowledge and expertise, particularly to those devotees to whom he had entrusted leadership roles. Working with what he had, Srila Prabhupada trained youthful, inexperienced men who had been irresponsible, incompetent hippies to manage an international movement. In 1970, he called the presidents of various temples to be with him in Los Angeles to familiarize themselves with the standards he was introducing there. Reference 1993. See also section beginning. As soon as Srila Prabhupada's followers became even the slightest bit advanced onwards, it was a period of intense training. In those days, Prabhupada was always giving instruction. If a child was not sitting right in the temple and their feet were toward the deities, he would correct that. He would look around and watch. If a child didn't have neck beads on, he would say, "Why doesn't this child have neck beads?" He would see Tulasi. He would give an instruction about Tulasi. Reference 1994. Sachi Devi Dasi in a Bond of Love. From 1973 onward, Srila Prabhupada had a different GBC man stay with him for a month to serve as his secretary and to receive direct training and personal association. From reference 1995, Sir Sarup Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada lecture, chapter 51, chant Hare Krishna and
This
fight.
is Srila Prabhupada Leela.
Sorry, Leela Mein, sorry. Srila Prabhupada Leela Mein, chapter 51, chant Hare Krishna and fight. There was no structured training program, but these senior leaders would personally interact with Srila Prabhupada and observe his way of doing things and the standards he had instituted, with the idea that they would then pass on what they had learned to the devotees in their charge. As Srila Prabhupada wrote in 1975 to Gurudas, one of his earliest disciples, "You are an old experienced devotee and I have personally trained you in so many things. So now it is your responsibility to train others. Otherwise, what is the meaning of my training you?" 19, reference 1996, letter 12th November 1975. The standards he had, and he told Yogeshwar Das, another senior man, if you do something, it is no credit to you. Your credit will be when you train others to do it. Reference 1997. Yogeshwar Das related this to Bhakti Vikas Swami. To Rameshwar Das, a GBC man who had sent his crack book distributors to share their know how in others' zones, Srila Prabhupada wrote, I like your program of sending out your best men to teach the others. That is the actual process of Krishna consciousness, to train others. Reference 1998. Letter 3rd August 1973. Thus arose a training parampara. Learn yourself and teach others. Then this movement will grow progressively. Reference 1999. From letter 14th Feb 1972. As he had done in Los Angeles 5 years earlier, during 1975, Srila Prabhupada stayed for several weeks at his newly opened Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan to implement standards and to train and supervise the managers. Reference 2000. See Swarup Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, chapter 48, At Home in India.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Kamso, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
You can read.
On the job training. Fulfilling, quote, the spiritual master's eternal occupation to expand the service of the Lord by training disciples in a service attitude, unquote. Reference 2001. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 1, text 44, purport. Srila Prabhupada was training boys and girls all over the world how to act nicely by practically serving Krishna in their everyday lives. Reference 2002, letter 10 April 1972. He had given an analogy. Although in material life a man must first become a highly qualified lawyer before sitting on the judge's bench, in Krishna consciousness, a sincere devotee is first allowed to, quote, sit on the bench, unquote, to become a Brahmana, and later, by the mercy of the holy name and the spiritual master, he becomes qualified. Reference 2003. Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, chapter 34, Jet Age Parivrajaka. Materially, suppose if you have to accept the post of High Court judge, you have to gradually qualify yourself. But spiritually, if you engage yourself in the service of the Lord, you become a High Court judge immediately. You are Brahma Bhutaha. Reference 2004, lecture 19 June 1968. In the material world, to be a judge, you must first become an undergraduate student, then a postgraduate, then enter law school, pass the bar exam, and become a lawyer. Only then can you be appointed to the position of judge. But in Krishna consciousness, it is different. First, one sits on the bench of the High Court judge and then he attains the qualifications. Reference 2005. Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Living with the Scriptures, chapter 10. In ordinary life, one has to undergo much training in law school before he can become a judge and sit on the judge's seat. But in Krishna consciousness, first one sits on the judge's seat and then the qualifications come. Reference 2006. Jadurani Devidasi, The Art of Spiritual Life, page 104, paraphrasing a statement of Srila Prabhupada in a lecture, 21 December 1966. This was according to the understanding that, quote, if one is engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed to him automatically and he can understand, unquote. Reference 2007. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 2, purport. That, quote, the more you serve, the more you become expert in everything, unquote. Reference 2008. Letter 3rd February 1967. And, quote, our technique is that we work sincerely and the dictation will come from within. Krishna is seated there, unquote. Reference 2009, letter 24 November 1970. Sincerity is the key to invoking Krishna's reciprocation. Yashomati Nandana is sincere but not business minded. But if sincerity is there, other things will come. Reference 2010, letter 4th July 1975. Krishna will give you all intelligence and facilities to serve him nicely if you are very much sincere to do so. Reference 2011, letter 20 Jan 1972. You are all intelligent boys and you should be engaged in Krishna's service. Then he will give you all intelligence. So, in every action, we should always pray to Krishna for his help so that we may act nicely. Lord Krishna advised Arjuna, Yudhyasva mam anusmara. That should be our principle. We should use all our intellect as well as possible and at the same time we should remember Krishna always. Reference 2012, letter 13 October 1969. You mentioned that you are not yet a very bold preacher, but you will become bold if you have got sincerity. In the beginning also I could not speak, but Krishna is within you, and when you are serving him sincerely, he will give you courage, boldness, everything. Reference 2013, letter 16 June 1972. Simply do as I am doing and be always serious and sincere to serve Krishna, and He will give you intelligence how to do everything. Reference 2014, letter 18 September 1972. In line with a principle that he often expressed, that, quote, anyone can be trained to do almost anything, unquote. Srila Prabhupada was a firm believer in practice makes perfect and would often cite verses from Shastra stating that a devotee is daksha, expert. In his function as a manager, he could spot innate capacities of which that individual had no previous awareness, interest, or experience. Reference 2015. This paragraph is adopted from Tejas Das. Following the policy of his Guru Maharaja, Srila Prabhupada generally discouraged devotees from learning extraneous skills for utilization in devotional service. My Guru Maharaja explained that you haven't got to learn anything extra for Krishna's service. Whatever you know, just apply it in Krishna's service. Then you become successful. Because our time is very short, we do not know when I am going to die. Reference 2016. Conversation 16 July 1968.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay,
We'll
Prabhu.
stop here. It's already 18:08 to 19. So some devotees have so many things to do. So thank you very much for all the new devotees and all devotees for participating in this online reading session. So hope you are able to follow it. So we will meet tomorrow with this, starting from here, iterating this point and advocating learning on the job. Okay, until then, thank you very much. If devotees want to ask something or say something, they can say. Otherwise, I want to stop here. I want to say something. So we will stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.